Commander Ryan Cole adjusted the scanner strapped to his arm. The wind on this moon was dry and sharp, kicking up gray dust with every step he took. He was alone. His team had returned to orbit, but he stayed behind after picking up a strange signal. It was weak, broken, almost like a cry for help. The signal led him to a small crater near a cliffside. Inside, buried in rock and twisted metal, was something he didn't expect: a wrecked alien ship. Its surface shimmered with soft, blue light. Unlike anything from Earth, it pulsed like it was breathing. Cole stepped closer, his boots crunching against debris. "Still warm," he muttered, placing a hand on the hull. Recent crash. Carefully, he climbed into the broken ship. Inside, the air was thin and cold. Sparks flickered overhead. Then, he saw her. She was lying in the back, half covered in shards of her ship. Tall and elegant, her skin looked like polished crystal, glowing faintly in the shadows. Strange markings moved across her arms, shifting slowly like living tattoos. Cole knelt beside her. "Hey, can you hear me?" he said softly. Her eyes snapped open, bright and sharp like twin stars. She tried to rise but collapsed, clearly too weak. She raised one arm as if to strike, but it trembled and fell. Cole didn't move. He stayed calm and opened his med pack. "I'm not here to hurt you," he said. "I can help." She didn't understand his words, but something in his voice made her stop. Her breathing was heavy. She was in pain. Cole used a small injector to release nanites, tiny machines designed to repair injuries, into her bloodstream. The device buzzed as the nanites entered her body. At first, nothing happened. Then her chest rose more evenly. Her color brightened. She blinked slowly as if surprised to still be alive. "Better?" Cole asked. She looked at him for a long time, studying his face. Then, her voice came through the translator attached to her collar. It was soft and slow. "Whatever you did to me, do it again." Cole raised an eyebrow. "Didn't expect that." The translator repeated her words, clearer this time. Her voice held both confusion and wonder. She looked down at her hands, flexing them. The pain was gone. Her body felt lighter, stronger. The nanites were not just healing her, they were improving her. He backed up slightly, giving her space. "What's your name?" She tilted her head, then tapped the translator. "Scifi. I'm Ryan Cole, Earth Exploration Corps." She looked around the ruined ship and then at him. "You saved me. Why?" "Because you needed help," he said. "That's what we do." Her eyes narrowed. "My people do not believe in mercy. They will call this weakness." Cole shrugged. "Sometimes strength is doing what others won't." Scifi looked away, silent. Outside, the wind howled across the rocks. A shadow passed over the crater, another ship circling above. "They're looking for me," she whispered. "If they find me, they will destroy us both." Cole stood. "Then we better move." She tried to rise but stumbled. He caught her, arm gently. She didn't pull away this time. "Where will we go?" she asked. "There's a cave system nearby. They can't scan us there. We'll hide until I figure out how to get you off this moon." She hesitated, then nodded. As they stepped out of the wreckage, Scifi looked back at the broken ship, her past life now buried under dust and flame. She had come to this world on a mission. Now, everything had changed, starting with the man who saved her, and deep inside something strange stirred. Not fear, not shame, but curiosity. Who were these humans? And what had they done to her? Ryan and Scifi moved carefully through the rocky paths, heading toward the cave system Cole had spotted on his map. The wind was colder now, and the gray dust swirled around their boots. Scifi was quiet, watching every shadow, every sound. She was still weak but far stronger than when he found her. Cole glanced at her. "How do you feel?" Scifi touched her chest where the nanites had worked. "Different. Stronger. But strange." Cole nodded. The nanites don't just heal. They learn. They adjust. They made your body better. Saelthir frowned. My people will not like this. They believe in purity. No mixing with others. No changes. Cole looked at her seriously. Maybe that's why you're still alive. Maybe being different saved you. They reached the mouth of the cave, a dark opening in the rock. Cole switched on a small light and led the way inside. The air was cool and still. They settled in a wide chamber where the walls glowed faintly with minerals. Cole took out his medkit and checked Saelthir's injuries again. Your body is adapting fast. The nanites are repairing damage and strengthening cells. It's almost like evolution in fast motion. Saelthir studied her arms. The glowing markings had changed. They shimmered more brightly, flowing like liquid light. Your body is changing, Cole said. This is new. Your species has never had this before. She looked at him, her eyes wide. I feel alive in ways I did not before, but also afraid. Cole sat down beside her. I know it's scary, but you don't have to be alone. For the first time, Saelthir smiled faintly. You saved me when my own kind left me to die. Cole shrugged. We don't always understand each other, but see, sometimes we do the right thing anyway. Suddenly, Saelthir's communicator beeped softly. She pulled it out and glanced at the screen. A message in Velari code blinked. She frowned deeply. They found me. They are sending more ships. Cole's face hardened. We have to act fast. Do you know why they want you? Saelthir shook her head. Because I survived. Because I live now with human technology inside me. To them I am broken. Cole frowned. To me you're strong. Saelthir's voice was quiet but firm. I want to understand. What have you done to me? How can I be both Velari and something else? Cole took a deep breath. The nanites are machines. They fix broken things, but they can also improve what's already there. You're a new version of yourself. A hybrid. Her eyes shone with a mix of fear and hope. A hybrid. I am not sure my people will accept that. Cole smiled gently. Maybe they will learn. Maybe this can change everything. For hours they talked. Saelthir told him stories of her people, their strict rules, their fierce honor, their wars fought with pride. Cole shared tales of Earth, of humans who struggled and survived against impossible odds. As night fell outside the cave, Saelthir rested. Her body felt lighter, less pain, but her mind was alive with questions. Before sleep took her, she whispered, Whatever you did to me, do it again. Cole watched her with a mixture of awe and worry. This was just the beginning. The quiet inside the cave was broken by a low hum outside. Saelthir stood near the entrance, her eyes sharp and alert. Rayan Cole was already scanning the horizon with his device. The Velari drones were close. They are searching for you, Cole said. They have wide sensors. If they find this cave, we'll be in danger. Saelthir nodded, her face hardening. I cannot go back to them, not like this. Cole looked at her carefully. How do you feel about what the nanites did, about the changes? She looked down at her arms. The glowing markings moved faster now, like flowing rivers of light. Her body felt powerful, faster, stronger than before. It is strange, she said. My body feels like a new thing. Not just Velari, not just human. Something in between. Cole smiled softly. That's what I call a hybrid, a new kind of being. Saelthir's eyes met his. My people will see me as a traitor, a broken weapon. But you're not broken, Cole said. You're better. Suddenly, a sharp alarm sounded outside. The drones had found the cave's entrance. We don't have much time, Cole said. We need to move deeper. They stepped further into the cave's tunnels. Saelthir's new strength showed as she climbed quickly and silently. The nanites had made her muscles stronger, her senses sharper. She could feel the small changes inside, her heart beating steadier, her mind clearer. As they reached a narrow passage, Cole stopped. We need to hide. These tunnels twist and turn. If we're smart, the drones won't find us. Scifi crouched low, listening. The hum of the drones grew louder, then faded as they passed by. She breathed out slowly. They do not understand. I am still the same person inside, but they fear change. Cole put a hand on her shoulder. Humans fear change too, but we also embrace it. It helps us grow. Scifi looked up, curiosity in her eyes. Tell me more about humans. Cole smiled. We have many stories, of survival, of kindness, and sometimes of great mistakes. But we never give up. For a moment, Scifi felt a warmth she hadn't known in a long time. The cold strictness of her people was gone here. Instead, there was hope. Hours passed as they waited. Cole worked on strengthening Scifi's nanites with his portable tools. Each adjustment made her feel more alive, more herself. But with every change, Scifi's thoughts grew darker. Would she ever be accepted? Could she return to her people, or was she truly lost? We must decide soon, Cole said. You cannot run forever. Scifi clenched her fists. I will not surrender, not to those who see me as less. Cole nodded. Then we fight. But not with weapons, with strength and with heart. The two looked at each other, a silent promise between them. Outside, the cave. The drones returned, searching deeper, but the hunters had become the hunted. The Volari flagship hovered low above the rocky surface of the moon, its dark hull reflecting the cold light of the distant sun. Inside, Commander Ray and Cole felt the weight of what was to come. They had little time before the Volari forces would reach the cave. Scifi stood beside him, her crystal-like skin glowing softly. The nanites within her pulsed rhythmically, making her stronger and faster. She had made a choice, a bold one. They want me to return, she said quietly, to undergo purification, to lose this. She gestured to her arms. Everything that the nanites gave me. Cole looked at her with concern. What will happen if you go back? They will strip the changes from me, Scifi said. My body, my mind. It might not survive. They want a pure Volari warrior, not this hybrid. Cole's jaw tightened. Then you have to decide. Will you surrender or fight? Scifi took a deep breath. I want more. Whatever you did to me, do it again. Cole nodded. I have been working on a new version of the nanites. Stronger, more precise. He activated the small device in his hand. A faint blue light filled the chamber as the nanites spread through Scifi's body again. She gasped as the energy flowed through her, healing deeper wounds and strengthening every cell. Her skin shone brighter. Her movements became fluid and powerful. When the transformation ended, Scifi stood taller. Her eyes shone with fierce determination. They will not break me, she said. I am no longer just their soldier. Cole checked the cave's entrance. Outside, Volari troops were closing in, their weapons ready. The flagship's loudspeakers broadcast a demand for Scifi's immediate surrender. Scifi stepped forward, her voice calm but strong. I will not surrender. I choose my own path. The Volari commander's voice crackled back. You are dishonored. Submit or be destroyed. Scifi's hands glowed with the power of the nanites. She was no longer a victim. She was a warrior reborn. The Volari forces charged the cave, but Scifi met them head-on. Her speed was incredible. She moved like light, striking with precision, disabling her opponents without killing them. Her goal was not destruction, but to show strength and mercy. Cole watched as the Volari soldiers faltered. Some lowered their weapons, unsure of their orders. Scifi's defiance was breaking the rigid code they had followed for generations. After the skirmish, Scifi addressed the Volari troops. I am proof that change is not weakness. I am proof that strength can come from unity. Her words echoed through the cave, challenging old beliefs. Cole stepped beside her. Together, we can find a better way. The Valari commander's voice returned harsher than before. This rebellion will not be tolerated. Saelthir raised her hand. Then let them come. I am ready. As the sun set behind the mountains, the future of two worlds hung in the balance. Saelthir was no longer just a survivor. She was a symbol of hope. The sky above the rocky moon glowed faintly with the approaching dawn. Valari ships hovered, in the distance preparing to launch an attack on the cave where Saelthir and Rayan Cole stood. The air was thick with tension. Saelthir looked out from the cave's entrance, her glowing skin catching the soft light. She felt the strength of the nanites coursing through her veins. Every part of her body was sharper, faster, and more powerful than before. They're coming, Cole said, adjusting his weapon. Saelthir nodded. I won't fight to kill. I will fight to protect. Cole watched her, proud and a little afraid. The Valari warriors were skilled fighters, but Saelthir was no ordinary warrior. She was something new, a blend of Valari power and human technology. As the Valari troops advanced, Saelthir moved like a shadow through the rocks. Her speed was breathtaking. She disarmed enemies with quick, precise strikes. When she touched them, a gentle pulse from the nanites temporarily disabled their weapons and armor. Instead of bloodshed, there was silence. The Valari soldiers found themselves unable to fight back. Some fell to their knees, confused and afraid. Cole took the moment to broadcast a message to the Valari Council, using the captured comm frequencies. This is not an attack, Cole's voice said clearly. This is a call for peace. Saelthir is not your enemy. She is proof that we can be stronger together. On the battlefield, some Valari soldiers looked uncertain. They lowered their weapons, whispering among themselves. Saelthir spoke to them, her voice firm and calm. We do not have to be enemies. We can choose a different future. But not all were ready to listen. A few charged forward, anger and fear pushing them. Saelthir met them without hate. She blocked their strikes and gently pushed them back, showing them mercy. Her strength was undeniable. Her control was perfect. Slowly, the fighting stopped. Cole approached the remaining Valari. Leader, tell your people strength is not just power, it is mercy. It is understanding, it is unity. The leader looked at Saelthir, then at Cole. You have changed her. She is no longer Valari. Maybe she is better, Cole said quietly. The leader lowered his weapon and called the troops to stand down. Saelthir looked at the fallen warriors with respect. I fight for peace, not for war. The battle ended not with destruction, but with hope. The cave was quiet now. The battle had ended, but the tension remained. Saelthir stood tall, her glowing skin shining softly in the dim light. Around her, some Valari warriors remained, watching her with a mix of fear and respect. Rayan Cole sat nearby, repairing his scanner. He knew the hardest part was yet to come. A message arrived through their communication device, from the Valari Council. It was an ultimatum. Saelthir must return to their homeworld for judgment or be declared a traitor, and hunted forever. Saelthir's face was calm, but her eyes burned with determination. I will not go back as they want me to, she said, quietly. I have changed, I am no longer who I was. Cole looked up. What will you do? Saelthir took a deep breath. I will stand before them. I will speak. I will ask them to see the truth. Cole nodded. I'll be with you. Together they prepared for the journey to the neutral zone where the Valari Council would meet. Saelthir's strength had grown. The nanites now worked in harmony with her body and mind. She was a symbol of hope, but also a challenge to tradition. When they arrived, the council was waiting. The chamber was vast, filled with Valari elders wearing ceremonial armor. Their faces were stern, unreadable. Saelthir stepped forward, her voice steady. I was broken, left to die, but I was given new life, not just by human machines, but by the choice to survive, to change. She paused, looking into the eyes of each elder. You call this impurity. I call it evolution. I ask you to fight me if you will, or listen to what I have to say." The room was silent. Then, one by one, some elders lowered their weapons. They saw in Sailthir not a traitor, but a brave warrior who had chosen a new path. Cole stood beside her, ready to support her if needed. The council leader spoke, his voice heavy with thought. "Change is difficult, fear makes us resist. But perhaps there is strength in your new way." He turned to the others. "We will consider this peace, but we watch closely." Outside the chamber, Cole received a message from Earth Command. Valari ships were moving toward Earth space and tension was rising. "Sailthir," Cole said, "we must act fast to prevent war. Your choice may save millions." Sailthir nodded. "Then let this be the first step toward unity." The stars stretched wide above the neutral space station where Sailthir and Ray and Cole stood together. The station hovered between the two worlds, Earth and Valari, a place for talks, not war. It was a new beginning. The days at Orion Academy grew tense. The Valethian officials had made it clear they wanted Sailry back, no matter what. Their threats were quiet but heavy, like the weight of a coming storm. Elias and Sailry knew the moment to fight for her freedom was near. The Academy prepared for the confrontation. Security increased and council members visited often to discuss the next steps. Sailry's powers continued to grow. She no longer hid in silence. Instead, she learned to control her empathic abilities, using them to help others feel calm and safe. Elias admired her strength. The quiet, shy girl had become a symbol of hope, not just for the Academy but for many who believed in freedom. One morning, the Valethian delegation arrived at the Academy gates. Their leader, a tall, cold-eyed woman named Vera, stepped forward. She spoke with sharp words and a harsh tone. "Sailry must return," Vera said. "She belongs to the Valethian system and her place is with us." Elias stood beside Sailry, ready. "She is not your possession," he replied firmly. "She has the right to choose her own path." Vera smiled coldly. "Then you force us to take other measures." The council called an emergency meeting. Representatives from many systems gathered to discuss the situation. Some urged caution, others demanded justice for Sailry. Chancellor Mora spoke wisely. "This is not only about one person. It is about the right of every being to freedom and dignity. We will not allow illegal control over any mind." The council agreed to protect Sailry and investigate the Valethian project fully. Meanwhile, Sailry prepared herself. With Elias's help, she trained her mind to resist mental attacks. She practiced sending waves of calm to soothe angry minds and focused on building her inner strength. One afternoon, during a training exercise, a surprise attack simulation tested the cadets. The system was hacked, alarms blared, and panic spread quickly. Sailry took control of the situation. She sent a strong empathic signal, calming fear and confusion. Slowly, the cadets regained their focus. The exercise ended with success. Her teammates looked at her with new respect. "You saved us," one said. Sailry smiled softly. "We saved each other." The Valethian officials tried again to force Sailry's return. They sent diplomats to negotiate and spies to gather information, but the Academy stood firm. Elias and Sailry spoke often about the future. "Do you think we can stop them?" Elias asked one night. Sailry looked at the stars. "I don't know, but I will fight for my freedom, and for others who suffer like me." Elias nodded. "You are stronger than you know." The day of the final council hearing came. Sailry stood before the representatives, no longer the quiet, shy girl, but a young woman with courage shining in her eyes. She told her story clearly and proudly, about the psionic lock, the secret weapon project, and her journey to freedom. Her words moved many hearts. The council voted to ban all psionic locks and illegal mind control. They ordered a full investigation into the Valethian system's secret programs. Sailry was free. After the hearing, Elias and Sailry walked through the Academy gardens. The sun was warm, the flowers in full bloom. Sailry turned to Elias. Thank you, she said, for never giving up on me. Elias smiled. You taught me what true strength is. They paused, looking at the sky filled with stars. Their fight was over, but a new journey had just begun. Together, they would help build a future where every mind was free. Scifi looked out at the endless black, her glowing skin shining softly in the dim light. The nanites inside her pulsed with steady power, a symbol of the bond between human and Valari technology. This is just the start, Cole said beside her. Your story will be the bridge for many more. She turned and smiled. I am ready. Whatever you did to me, do it again. The council from both worlds met on the station. Humans watched carefully, curious but cautious. Valari elders observed, silently, some still doubtful. But Scifi's presence was a powerful message. Change was possible. She spoke clearly and with hope. I am the first of a new path. A path where our strengths come together. Where we learn, grow, and protect each other. Some humans nodded. Some Valari looked away, conflicted. Not all agreed, but enough saw the future she offered. One of unity, not conflict. Training began. Scifi worked with human officers, sharing her knowledge and learning from theirs. She helped teach the Valari about new ways to use technology and strength without losing honor. Over time, others like her emerged, hybrids of Valari and human technology, each unique but united by the choice to embrace change. The worlds slowly began to open to each other. Trade routes formed. Scientists exchanged ideas. Soldiers trained side by side. Still, challenges remained. Old fears did not vanish overnight. But Scifi knew the greatest battles were not fought with weapons, but with trust. One evening, as the station's lights dimmed, she turned to Cole. Thank you for saving me, for believing in what we could become. Cole smiled. Thank you for trusting me. Together, we'll face whatever comes next. They stood side by side, looking toward the stars, ready for a future shaped by courage, change, and hope.